How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And today we're going to be talking about BBIG. Like I was saying in my previous videos, I wanted us to hold up the $3 level. We had a lot of volatility coming into the market. We ended up seeing resistance at $3.33, but I did take a look inside of the after hours. We are gaining some momentum. And I'll talk about that further inside of this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We want to take a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance. We want to know what it looks like in the bearish case scenario and as well as in the bullish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information. The reason why this is important because it does have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to take a look at the order flow distribution. We want to know the buying and the selling behavior on the retail side and as well as on the institutional side. And then when all of that is done, we'll be going into the final thoughts and as well as some more details. So let's get to it. So we're going to do a technical analysis for BBIG. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $3.05, being down 9.76%. On the low, it tested $3.02, and then on the high, testing $3.33. When we take a look at our volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 19.761 million shares, and the average volume over 10 trading days is at 43.67 million shares. So we did have below average volume on the day. We did see a pullback in the stock, but we do see some strength in the after hours due to Amazon's earnings. We'll talk about that later in the video. But when we take a look at our chart, which is the daily chart, we can see from the RSI down below, it is right at 47.97. And then when we take a look at our moving averages here on the chart, we are below the 100-day, the 200-day, but we are above the 50-day, and we are just below the 21-day EMA. So knowing that we were able to hold up the $3 level for the close is what we wanted to see. Of course, we wanted to see something above 316, but we have to keep in mind there was a sell-off towards the end of the day. But we're still in a good range right now. So going into tomorrow, I would love for us to surpass the high of $3.33, which we saw on the day, because if we were able to do that, that's when we can look forward to seeing how well we can get past this $3.53 level. And you know, if we can pass that, I'm looking for that move going to around 390. If we end up seeing weakness inside of the market or any sort of a pullback, of course I want to see $3 hold, but if it does not hold, then do know we have some support right around 291, and as well taking into consideration right here around the 280s as well. So again, you have to continue to keep an eye on this. If it decides to consolidate, then we have to look forward to see what it does going into next week. So let's see how it performs going into tomorrow. So we're going to take a look at the short interest information for BBIG. So for the dark pool short volume ratio, it's at 31.54%. And then for the dark pool short volume, it is just over 4.68 million shares. Scrolling down on the page, the short shares availability is at 6,000, updated just now. And then for the short borrow fee rate, it is at 130.10%. And then when we take a look at the history of the short volume, you can see for the close of the first, it's at 37.45, and then for the close of the second being at 31.54. So one thing that is clear, BBIG does continue to have short squeeze potential, and it still fulfills the criteria we look for. We look for 21% or higher, plus we have the short borrow fees on our side as well. So now let's move on to the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for BBIG. So we see here on the inflow it's at 10.57, and then on the outflow it's at 12.20. So we ended up having an outflow day. Taking a look at the breakdown, on the large it was 0.27, on the medium it was 7.62, and then on the small it was 2.68. When we take a look at the outflow side, you can see on the large it's 0.30, on the medium it is 8.75, and then on the small it is is 3.15. Keep in mind these numbers are in the millions. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, February the 3rd, it being that outflow of 22.64. And then when we analyze the numbers even further for the small scale orders that tend to represent the retail side, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at what happened on the medium, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the large, which could represent whales, institutions, or funds, we had more selling than we had buying. And then when we take a look at the turnover ratio, it was at 14.59%. So this is not too bad for a stock like BBIG. We know it is volatile. We know there are a lot of traders that are going in and out of the play. But one thing that is clear, we have been seeing some improvement. I do see the stock will have even more volatility going into tomorrow due to the fact we do have job reports that are going to be coming out. So you're going to want to keep a close eye on that data as well. And if you want to join us inside of Discord, we add this to our market updates on a daily basis, so you know what's going on in the market before you start your trading day. But let's go into the final thoughts and we'll go over some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for BBIG, like I was saying in my previous videos, you just wanted to see it hold up the $3 level, and it did exactly that. So going into tomorrow, I want to see us hold up the same area like I spoke about, around $3.16. I see we gained some momentum going on inside of the after hours, but like I was saying before earlier in the video, we have to look at that jobs report that will have an impact on the way the stock market performs as a whole. We also did see Amazon put out some really solid earnings, so this is going to help the tech sector, and BBIG does trade in the tech sector. So again, this is very beneficial, not strong of a catalyst as opposed to something that happened directly with the stock, but it still can act in sympathy. Also seeing that demand, as far as that price, like I was talking about, we saw resistance at 333. So we know the next level that we need to pass is around 350 or 353 to be exact. And then you're going to want to look for that move around $3.90. Keep in mind the 200-day is right above the $4 level. So many traders are going to be watching this. So if we have that buying volume coming into the play, it can get very interesting. But it's also Friday as well, so don't be surprised if we have lower volume than usual, but we just want to see the stock holding support and going in a direction where we want it to go, which is up, and we want to see 350 being tested. Also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, it does continue to have short squeeze potential. We have been seeing a reduction in the short volume, but we still have high short borrow fees well over 100%. And this is part of the reasons why any shorts who are invested in this play are paying a hefty fee. And that works out for anyone that wants to go long on the stock. All you need to do is do your homework, do your due diligence, and find the right entry for you. You don't need to FOMO whatsoever. But one thing that we're looking for, we want to see BBIG get to that $4 level. If it can't do it tomorrow, then I'm going to look forward to do it sometime next week. But again, this is dependent on market conditions. We can't just say, well, you know what, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, if the markets are strong in regards to tech, we've been seeing BBIG being able to perform very well on those days. When it does pull back and so on, BBIG is not as strong. Don't ignore that fact. There's going to be a lot of people that will tell you the price is going here, the price is going there, but you need to understand the underlying variables before you jump into a stock. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon.